is a presentation of Fox Sports.
We are Fox Sports. We are LA.
Halos had a golden opportunity last night against the Houston Astros in the ninth inning, but just fell short. They dropped the opening game of the series tonight from Angel Stadium. It is game 2 against the visiting Houston Astros. We welcome you inside the Big A and back to Angels baseball here on Fox Sports West, along with Mark Kubica. I'm Victor Rojas, and one of the few highlights of last night's ball game was watching Mike Trout hit another home run. That's 3 straight games in which he has homered in, second time in his career that he's done that. I guess the more important thing is the fact that he golfed one out last night.
Yeah, Victor, how did he hit that ball out? Take a look at our tools of the trade brought to you by a Ram truck. We'll go back a couple years, what he did. We talked about it last night against Chris Sale with the bases loaded, a 3-2 changeup. You think as a pitcher, you threw the perfect pitch. That pitch is 13 inches off the dirt, and the reaction by Chris Sale is priceless. Then Colin McHugh throws a very good curveball. This pitch is just 9 inches off the dirt, yet Trout was able to hit that ball out to the deep part of the ballpark over the 390 sign. He is so impressive, the ability to be able to have that coverage on something low and out of the strike zone.
Unfortunately, it's Mike Trout right now that's just showing the things offensively. On the pitching side of things, had some issues as well, although Matt Shoemaker threw the ball exceptionally well last night. Did not pick up the victory. Tim Lincecum goes tonight.
And he's got real good numbers career-wise, Victor, against the Houston Astros. Even going back a few years ago, his numbers are outstanding. In 9 starts, 5-0, an ERA under 1 at 0.99. He's been very good as far as his walk-to-strikeout ratio, and it's a 164 opponent's batting average against, and 0 home runs allowed in a little over 63 innings pitched against the Astros. They rely on the long ball, keep it in the ballpark, and use that changeup. He should be fine.
Lincecum is making his 3rd start as an Angel. He struggled in his last one. See what he has in store tonight as we're just about ready for baseball at the Big A. Sit back and relax. Lineups and first pitch when we return. We welcome you back out to the Big A, game 2 of this 3-game set against the Houston Astros. And Tim Lincecum and the Angels certainly not wasting any time getting out there, as Lincecum likes to get out there and deal with the mound. And while he does that, we'll check out A.J. Hinch's lineup for the Stros at 40-37, 10 games back in the American League West and in second place. George Springer will lead things off and play right field. Luis Valbuena at third base. Batting second, Jose Altuve is the third hole hitter at second base. Carlos Correa, the cleanup hitter. Colby Rasmussen left. Marvin Gonzalez tonight gets a start at first base. It's Carlos Gomez in center. Evan Gattis at DH. And Jason Castro batting ninth and doing the catching. Taking on Lincecum, mentioned making his third start. He's 1-1 with an even 5 earned run average. And Gooby in his last start did struggle, and command was the issue early on.
Yeah, and I think he threw a lot more fastballs and didn't really utilize his curveball or slider, especially after that first very good start against the same team he faced the second time around. My go-tos for Lincecum to be successful is trust that curveball and slider, because the changeup's going to be there. The fastball command should be back, and quick tempo. First game, excellent tempo. Slowed down the pace the last time out, and that's why you saw little inconsistencies as far as his delivery.
Halos defensively tonight have Daniel Nava in left, Mike Trout in center, Cole Calhoun in right, the infield with Gregorio Petit and Andrelton Simmons on the left side, Johnny Giavotella, Jeffrey Marte on the right, Carlos Perez behind the plate.
And Petit getting that start at third base. His 5th start so far of the series, played 29 games at shortstop, 13 at second. All of his errors so far this year have been at the shortstop position. He does have a very strong throwing arm from that third base position. Should be active, especially with Lincecum's changeup against some of these right-handed batters.
Halos last night dropping the opener of the series by the final of 4-2, and mentioned Matt Shoemaker throwing another gem. No runs on 5 hits, 6 strikeouts, 1 walk, 6 innings of work last night. They got the old dreaded no decision as he had a 2-0 lead going into the 7th. Stros tied in the 7th, scored twice in the 9th, and yet another no decision for Shoemaker, who ends up in the month of June making 6 starts, going 0-3, but 45 strikeouts and 5 walks. Just another good month for him.
It's unbelievable what he's been able to do. His fastball has been so good, consistent velocity, that split finger fastball, but he threw some pretty good sliders last night too, and an occasional curveball. All you can do is give your team a chance to win. He's done that in all those 8 starts and done it very, very well.
Not sure what Sam Holbrook, the home plate umpires, looking down the third base line here. Looks like everything's all right, but not sure what the holdup is here. Nothing to do with the dugout. Usually when we see the dugout involved, it's having something to do with the replay system. Rob Drake, the third base umpire, coming down the line, and gives Holbrook the sign. A timing issue, maybe? I don't know. Lincecum's first one tonight is in tight. Springer at 261 with 16 home runs, 47 RBIs. Halos manager, pardon me, the Astros managed 11 hits last night. Springer had 1. And, that breaking ball misses up and in. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Astros have continued to play good baseball in the month of June. Some would say it correlates with Springer jumping up to that leadoff spot. They're 23-9 since Springer jumped to that #1 spot in the order. 3-0. And there's a 4-pitch walk to start the game.
Highly unusual for Lincecum to start off a game like that. 4 pitches out of the strike zone. Showed those numbers he has had against the Astros with the 17 walks in 9 starts.
Orman muggy once again this afternoon by California standards. 83 degrees at first pitch.
And the Astros like to run, and they will try to run on Tim Lincecum early.
Luis Valbuena will take a strike. The third baseman had a 3-hit game last night. 2 singles, a double, and a walk. 263 average with 8 home runs, 25 runs batted in. Springer with 6 stolen bases. He's been caught 6 times. Off speed, cued foul. That was the pitch. Lincecum's first start as an Angel up in Oakland. It was devastating, and he had it going from the get-go, and he maintained it throughout his entire start. Never really got into that mode the last time out.
He's one of those pitchers that's so in tune with his mechanics. He knows exactly what he's doing right or wrong.
First 2 starts against the A's. The ball and 2 strikes. Leadoff walk to Springer. Halos with the loss last night. Now 16-24 at home this year, and 15-18 within the division.
He was leaning to go there. Lincecum so far has allowed 1 stolen base and 1 attempt, but 182 and 220 attempts in his career. So base stealers were trying to steal against me. He does have 4 career pickoffs.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Another off-speed pitch.
Walk by Springer, 41st of the season for Springer. Leads the team in that category, but when you look at, he's one of those guys that swings at the first pitch about as often as anybody in the game of baseball, yet he still has patience where it counts. And has picked up 41 walks.
So tough to walk is what you're saying, since he hacks early.
You would think. He has swung at the first pitch 41.2% of the time, to 7th most in baseball, yet he leads the team in walks with 41.
That's a called strike 3. Valbuena takes a high strike for the first out.
Upper part of the strike zone on his changeup. The follow through, good movement at the end, framed well by Carlos Perez, and it definitely got the upper part of the strike zone. And he has also a similar type of changeup that Shoemaker. He'll throw a split finger changeup instead of a split finger fastball, a little bit more off that pitch.
Springer still at first, 1 out, and here's Altuve. 9-game hitting streak extended last night. Snap throw to first base. Springer gets to the outfield side of the bag. So Marte unable to apply the tag. Altuve last night 2 for 5 with a couple of singles and an RBI. 1 for 4 in his career against Lincecum. He's now reached safely in 30 straight games. 2 balls, no strikes. Houston in the month of June now 16-8. That was just off the plate. 3-0.
And that slider just a little bit off the outside corner. Altuve always has the green light. 3-0. If he's comfortable with the pitch, he will be swinging here.
And there's a 4-pitch walk. So 2 walks, a strikeout sandwich in between. 2 on for Correa. Halos 1-6 against Stros this year. Houston's second visit to the Big A. The Angels have made 1 visit, and that was last week, getting swept at Minute Maid. So Correa comes up with a couple of men on, hitting .258, 12 home runs, 43 runs batted in, and now Lincecum's going to have a conversation with Carlos. Correa last night hitless, went 0 for 3, but did have a sac fly in the 9th inning, picking up that 43rd RBI. 13 doubles, 3 triples. Player of the Week honors last week.
That first game out, 6 innings, it's 1 earned run. Last time out at home here, 3 innings, 4 earned runs.
1-0.
It really was command and his pace much slower second game as compared to the first game for Lincecum. Real good speed on the bases here for the Astros. Springer and Altuve.
Second time Carlos has caught him. He caught the first game. Bandy had game 2. Off speed. 2 balls, no strikes. "15 pitches thrown by Lincecum with just 3 strikes here in the first. And that is drilled out to deep left field. Nava going back to the wall, and that is gone. A 3-run home run for Carlos Correa, and the Angels are down here in the first. Correa with his 13th of the year, now with 46 runs batted in.
Pretty good indication how quick that bat is for Carlos Correa. That pitch was in the lower part of the strike zone. He went down and got that. Very similar to what we showed in the opening with Mike Trout on a low pitch and driving it out of the ballpark. He's got his foot down, clears the hips, and a perfect swing with that bat to get the barrel of the baseball on it.
So base is clear for Colby Rasmus. That's the 98th home run that the Astros have hit this year. They're 31st in the month of June. No balls, 2 strikes. Rasmus at 250. 10 doubles, 10 home runs, 39 RBIs. 2 for 4 game last night. A walk. 1 for 7 in his career against Lincecum. Check swing. He went around. Holbrook doesn't need any help. 2 down.
My Hyundai key for this game today. Lincecum, a very big Beatles fan, with a little help from my friends. We talked about the need for the offense to come around. They're going to need to do so, especially with the Astros scoring 3 runs here in the first inning against Lincecum.
Two outs, bases clear for Marwin Gonzalez, the first baseman. The rookie A.J. Reed getting the night off. An 0 for 5 last night. 0 for 10 to start his big league career. So Gonzalez gets a starting nod tonight. The switch hitter. 252 on the year with 6 home runs and 20 runs batted in. He pinch hit last night. Grounded into an inning-ending double play in the 8th inning.
Lincecum trying to stay lower part of the strike zone. Gonzalez has had a tough time against low pitches this season. Back down, lower part of the strike zone with the fastball. 135 batting average for Gonzalez on low pitches.
Two balls, 2 strikes.
See that numbers right there, that 135 versus low pitches, the worst in the majors. Much better on pitches that are elevated.
2-2. Yes, he did. So Lincecum picks up 3 strikeouts in the inning, but he walks to and gives up a 3-run blast. We'll head to the bottom of the first. Halos trailing at 3-0. check out Mike Scioscia's lineup for the Angels. Game number 78 at 32-45, bringing up the rear in the American League West. 18 games back. Cole Calhoun leading things off, and right, Yunel Escobar missing another game. He's expected back perhaps Friday at Fenway Park. Trout at center, Pujols DHing Nava in the cleanup hitter. He's the left fielder. Johnny Giavotella at second. Jeffrey Marte at first. Gregorio Petit gets to start tonight at third. It's Carlos Perez behind the plate. And Andrelton Simmons batting ninth, playing shortstop as they take on the 33-year-old right-hander, native of Burlingame, California. His name is Scott Feldman.
And Feldman's fastball is 87 to 91 range. Cut fastball, go one curveball, and split finger fastball. My go-tos to be successful against Feldman are you have to make sure you bring some of those pitches up and aggressive, very aggressive on the bases against them.
Feldman getting the spot start. Lance McCullers originally slated for this spot. Scratched because of a blister. 21st game, 5th start of the year for Feldman. 4-3, 3.07 ERA. Slow breaking ball rolled foul. With no balls and 2 strikes. There's McCullers. Pitched against the Angels last week. Call it. 290. 10 home runs and 40 runs batted in. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Feldman notorious for really slowing things down. Keep guys off balance. 44 innings this year. 47 hits, 32 strikeouts, and 13 walks. 3rd year with the Astros. Cole gets jammed, rolls one over to second with a shift on. It's Altuve. There's out number 1. Check out the Astros defensively tonight with Rasmus, Gomez, and Springer in the outfield from left to right. Valbuena, Correa, Altuve, and Gonzalez from third to first, and Castro behind the plate.
And right on cue going to Altuve, who's been very good. We talk about him with the bat, but very good with the glove. Won the Gold Glove last year at second base. .990 fielding percentage this season, which is 3rd best in the American League.
Trout takes low. 3rd consecutive 3-hit game last night. 2 doubles and a home run. Homered in 3 straight. They play the full shift on him as he gets jammed, fouls it off. Evens up the count at a ball that is strike. Last time he hit 3 homers in a game, September 2013 against Oakland, at Oakland.
6 for 21 in his career versus Feldman, but 2 of those hits home runs against Feldman.
Two-one count. Jowett now 17 home runs and 53 RBIs. 5 straight multi-hit games for him. This one's popped to shallow center. Altuve going out. Gomez coming in, and it'll fall in there. I'm wondering if Altuve was waiting for Gomez to take charge.
It looked like that's what was happening as he was going back on the baseball. It didn't seem like Altuve felt he could get to that baseball, that hoping that Gomez would call him ball. Obviously, he's going to play deeper with Trout at the plate. You see how deep he was playing coming in. And they both stopped and looked at each other, and that falls in for a base hit.
That's a center fielder's ball.
Has to be. Difficult play. When you're an infielder, even though he's calling for it, Altuve, it's a difficult play going back as compared to coming in on the baseball as a center fielder.
Goes as a hit. He had a double last night, in quotation marks, which should have been a triple. Tripped over at second base. So Albert will bat with the man on and 1 out. Angels down 3-0 here in the first.
Talked about the need to try to steal bases against Feldman. He's allowed 3 stolen bases in 5 attempts this year, but you go back to 2013, he allowed 35 stolen bases in 42 attempts. 0 career pickoffs.
Takes off, pitches a strike to throw down, not in time, a stolen base. They're going to challenge this, it looks like.
That's the AT&T high-speed replay. How quick Trout got down there. Good throw, though, by Castro. See if that hand got in there quickly by Trout as Altuve tries to apply the tag.
I think it may have. You're just going on movement of the hand hitting the base.
See from this angle right here, trying to get that hand in on the base. It's really, really close. Now the fingers definitely were not on the base when the tag was applied, but was the hand, the palm area in there?
That one makes it a little bit closer. That first angle on the first base side, you kind of see the contact, the jarring of the hand. Currently it's a stolen base, safe at second. So the A.J. Hinch and the Astros challenging this. Here's the one I was looking at. Watch the glove, it'll hit the elbow and then the hand moves. There's contact.
But is the
watch the hand
middle
here.
part of the hand on the base though before the fingers?
See
real close.
Yeah. That's the only one there that would make me believe that he could be called out on. But again, it's got to be definitive. Clearly the Astros feel as if they got a good replay to go ahead and challenge this in the first inning, up 3-0.
The Astros are a team that seems to challenge a lot of calls.
Jerry Davis, the crew chief on the left. Second base umpire Carlos Torres with the headsets on the right. It's Torres who made the call.
Again, right there, you're looking to see if that hand, the palm of the hand before the tag is applied, it's extremely close.
And safe is the call.
Stolen base number 11. That's the exact amount Trout had last season, the whole season. Already tied that mark year before the month of July as far as stolen bases for Trout with 11 this year.
Call stands, so not enough evidence to overturn it. The man in scoring position, and Albert at the plate with an 0-1 count. 124th career stolen base for Trout. He just passed Devon White and Adam Kennedy for 8th place on the Angels all-time list. One on one. Albert hitting .240, 14 home runs, 48 RBIs. 1-for-3 game last night with a single and a walk.
You're going to see quite a few cut fastballs from Feldman. About 40% of his pitches are cut fastballs. 25% curveballs, 5% split finger fastball, and this 30 as far as his two-seam fastball, which will run inside against right-handed batters.
Three-one count.
Now time for the Lowe's home field advantage with Albert Pujols at the plate. What he has done in his last 23 home games, batting average exactly at 300 with 5 home runs, 14 RBI, 11 runs scored, .323 batting average with runners in scoring position. The same exact scenario we have working right now with Trout in scoring position.
Handles last night 2 for 8, and on the homestand 9 for 40. With men in scoring position. Here's the 3-2. This is a jam shot to short. 2 down.
And ran that two-seam fastball in. You're looking at patterns for Feldman against right-handed batters, especially two-seamer in, cut fastball away, slow curveball. He will throw the curveball and split finger fastball more so against left-handed batters.
So 2 outs, Trout at second, and here's Novel, the left fielder.
Had a 1-for-4 game last night with a single in the ninth inning, hitting .206. 1 double, 1 home run, 6 RBIs. Play the shift against Nava in the infield. Both Rasmus and Gomez in left and center respectively playing shallow. And shading Nava the opposite way. Houston with a 3-run home run off the bat of Carlos Correa at the top of the first. Not a bad pitch. Goes against Feldman. It's 2-0 count. Sam Holbrook calling the balls and strikes. Jerry Davis at first. Carlos Torres at second, and Rob Drake over at third. Astros, by the way, now without a challenge. Ground ball. This is into the shift. That's Correa, the shortstop. And the Angels are done here in the first. Went to the second with Houston leading at 3-0. Show for the business and sports brought to you by AutoNation.com and powered by Toyota Irvine. Top of the second with Houston leading at 3-0. Mixed bag to say the least for Tim Lincecum in the first inning. 2 walks, 3 strikeouts, but 1 hit, and that was a 3-run home run. Carlos Correa with his 13th. Gomez, Gaddis, and Castro the bottom third of the order here against Lincecum. Carlos Gomez hitting .221, 12 doubles, 3 home runs, 16 runs batted in. Last night a 1-for-3 game with a single and a walk. Lincecum facing the 7th batter tonight. He's had 5 2-0 counts. Gets back into it with a fastball for a strike. Gomez missed 13 games while on the disabled list earlier this year with bruised ribs as he bounces this one foul. It's 2-2. First time the Astros came to town. Jeff Marisnick is getting some time in center field. Full count. Kevin Gaddis on deck. Payoff pitch. Gomez rips one and gloved by Gregorio Petit for the first out. Saw some fine defensive plays last night by Marte and Valbuena at third base. Petit with a gem here.
And he had that good prep step, was ready to make that play on that line drive right at Petit. He's done a nice job no matter where Mike Scioscia has put him in the infield as far as defense. That baseball was almost by him when he reacted. Caught that line drive by Gomez. Solid play by Petit.
So one out. Here's Evan Gattis, DH. .221 average for Gattis. 7 doubles, 12 home runs, 31 RBIs. 1 for 3 game last night. Gets jammed and he'll fight this one into left center for a base hit. Puts a man on with 1 out. Jason Castro coming to the plate.
Jason Castro.
One ball, no strikes. Lincecum pitching in his 272nd career game. 264th career start. A 109 and 84 career mark. 32 years of age. Coming off hip surgery. Had 15 starts for the Giants last year before succumbing to the injury and missing the rest of the season. 1-1. 1-2.
That's a real good curveball there from Lincecum. Stays on top of that one very well. 12-6 break, 73 miles an hour on that very good curveball for Lincecum.
And down goes Castro for out number 2.
And he followed up with a great changeup. So good combination between a curveball and changeup from Lincecum there to get a swing and miss against Castro. Good balance, follow through, great movement on the changeup, swing and miss.
So 2 outs, a man at first. Top of the order now, and Springer at the plate. Strikeout number 4 for Lincecum. Springer worked the 4-pitch walk to lead off the game. Scored on the home run by Correa. Full slate of games on this Tuesday night. A couple of finals already. 2 balls, no strikes. Texas behind Cole Hamels, defeating the Yankees 7-1. Boston over Tampa Bay 8-2. Tigers over Miami 7-5. The Cleveland Indians 11 straight wins. They defeated the Atlanta Braves. That just missed low. 3 balls and no strikes. What a crazy win for the Rangers last night after a 3.5-hour rain delay. And they come out victorious over the Yankees. The rain delay in the 9th. 3-0, and that is pulled toward third. Petit's got it. Thought about going to second. Fires the first instead. And the Astros are done here the second inning. We will head to the bottom of the inning with the Angels trailing at 3-0. Bottom of the second, the Astros with a 3-0 lead. Hey, folks, every moment matters this summer, and it's time to create memories with the family. Angels baseball, a great family fun for everyone. For only $44, get 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, and 4 soft drinks with the Friends and Family Fun Pack. Go to angels.com/fun pack for more info. Johnny Giavitello to lead things off here in the second against Scott Feldman. He'll be followed by Jeffrey Marte and then Gregorio Petit. Johnny looks at his strike. Second baseman hitting .275. 6 home runs, 26 RBIs. 0 for 3 last night with a walk. This one lifted out to right. Springer broke back, now will come in. One away. Brings up Marte. Feldman coming up with the Texas Rangers after being a 30th round pick out of the College of San Mateo in 2003. Originally a reliever, converted to starting. He's now pitching in his 30th career game against the Halos, 19th start, 6-9 at a 4.57 ERA. Known around these parts for starting a melee in Texas after drilling Adam Kennedy. After a little BP melee here. But originally started with Gerald Laird and Adam Kennedy getting to words during a game.
Just a quick conversation.
That's all it was. I'd never seen that before during batting practice. Rangers are actually stretching in front of their dugouts. The jawing occurred. Brian Jordan tried to come over and kind of break things up. And
that's always a good thing. He's a peacemaker at that point.
And then it just opened up. Marte swinging a miss, and it's 2-1. Jeffrey hitting .276. 4 doubles, 4 home runs, 12 RBIs. 2 for 4 last night.
And at times he'll get around his cut fastball, and that's exactly what happened there from Feldman. And he's a guy that doesn't work real fast, so he tries to dictate the pace. You have to step out on occasion as a hitter, make sure you're ready to go up there and swing the bat.
Got it in on the hands just enough. Altuve calling for it. Springer calls him off. 2 down.
Springer almost made his way to the infield on that pop-up. Smiling, running in. He did some serious running in there to run that one down.
And telling the veteran Carlos Gomez, that's how you do it.
Yeah.
That's how you call off Altuve.
Altuve's running back. No, let me get out of the way. Hey, some infielders are not real comfortable going back on pop-ups. You recognize that as an outfielder, and you pick them up. Now Simmons, now he likes going back on pop-ups.
Former Angel shortstop Eric Aybar.
Very good
as well. Petit takes ball 1.
Howie Kendrick was pretty good going back on pop-ups also.
Gregorio getting to start at third base tonight. Marte over at first. Mentioned at the start of the show, Yunel Escobar not in the lineup once again. Hasn't played since Thursday. But they feel confident enough that he should be ready to go Friday. This one lined towards short and glove by Correa. Outstretched glove. It robs Petit of a base hit as the Angels go down in order. We'll head to the third. Houston on top. lead on the Carlos Correa home run of the first inning. And Tim Lincecum will face Valbuena Altuve. Correa here in the third. 4 strikeouts, 2 walks, and 2 hits allowed. The home run and a single allowed by Lincecum. Tim's thrown 40 pitches, 22 out of the strike zone, 18 strikes. Valbuena struck out looking in the first. Breaking ball in there for a strike.
He's starting to get a pretty good feel for his curveball at this point for Lincecum.
Lifted, foul, and out of play. It's 1-2. Two count on the Astros third baseman. He goes down swinging for the first out.
Second baseman, number 27, Jose.
And now it's time for the driver's seat, brought to you by Kia. Jose Altuve coming to the plate. That batting averages in the American League on the road. Entering today, Jose Altuve, 382, which leads the American League. Victor Martinez there, 369. Cole Calhoun at 350.
Altuve worked a walk in the first inning. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Breaking pitch, looped beyond first base. Marte makes the over-the-shoulder catch for out number 2.
One of the Willie Mays over the shoulder play by Marte.
Number 1, Carlos Correa.
Off the bat, it looked like it had a chance to fall in. Good reaction by Marte to go back and run that one down.
Two outs, nobody on, and it's Correa. It is 13th of the year in the first inning, now with 46 runs batted in.
Good spot, good velocity on that fastball from Lincecum, a 90-mile-an-hour fastball.
Correa with a tough month of May. Hit only 239 that month. 272 so far in June.
A little quick on his mechanics on the slider there for Lincecum.
Two on. This is down the left field line. Nava's not going to get there. That'll fall in for a hit. Nava cuts it off, spins around, fires it back in. Correa trying to stretch it into a double, and he's in there safely. So he's got a home run and a double. The double is 14th of the season.
Left fielder, number
Off-speed
28.
pitch, inner half of the plate, brought his hands in very well. Correa did hook that one right down the line for a double. His 14th double. Change up. See how he's able to bring his hands in and still got the barrel of the bat on the baseball to hook that down the line. Slides in there for the double. Scoring position now for Rasmus.
His 14th extra base hit in June. Here's Rasmus. Struck out swinging in the first.
His last 11 games, 5 home runs, 5 doubles for Carlos Correa.
1 ball and strike. Rasmus lifts one out towards shallow left. Nava was playing shallow, comes in. Puts it away. The 2-out double stranded in scoring position. We will head to the bottom of the third. Halos down 3-0. Biggest stars in all of baseball together on the same field. It's the 2016 MLB All-Star Game, Tuesday, July 12th, live from San Diego and only on Fox. It's 2 weeks from tonight. Trout will be there as the Angels start at the bottom of the third. Carlos bunts one down to third base line. Valbuena with the barehanded stab, and they get Carlos.
Wow, they're going to review that one. It looks like Mike Scioscia right away wants to take a second look at that one. Carlos got down there pretty quickly. Valbuena, another nice defensive play, though, to make it close.
Carlos isn't leaving first base. Safe. Challenge it.
Yep.
The play is under review.
Got another angle.
See the foot on the base and then the baseball in the glove, no question. This should be pretty quick.
Second review of the ball game. A.J. Hinch and the Astros lost on the Trout stolen base in the first. Saved the first infield base hit for Carlos Perez. Second hit allowed by Feldman.
Valbuena made an unbelievable play on this play. This perfect bunt from Perez. Got a lot on that throw, made it a close play, but Carlos able to beat it out. What we see from Valbuena at third base this entire season, he is very, very good as far as coming in on the baseball, quick on his reflexes in the hot corner.
Just caught him by surprise, playing a little bit deeper. Carlos dropping a nice bunt. Here's Simmons, leadoff man on board for the first time tonight. Andrelton will look at a strike. He's hitting .226 with a home run, 11 RBIs. Went hitless last night, 0-3.
The best way to get Simmons back is potentially put a hit and run on.
It's a good pitch to do it on, too. Nice catch in the first row at the glove. Have the Trout jersey on. No balls, 2 strikes. Top of the order. Cole Calhoun on deck. Breaking pitch gets Simmons for the first down. First strikeout for Feldman tonight. And it'll bring up Cole Calhoun.
See the breaking ball right there. You're very good. Almost a knuckle curveball to be able to get a swing and miss from Feldman.
Cole grounded out his first time up. Two balls and no strikes.
Big swing at that high fastball. Upper part of the strike zone, inner part of the plate.
Valbuena, the third baseman, playing near the shortstop position. Correa swung over to the second base side of the bag. This one's out toward left field. Rasmus is playing shallow, but he's tracking it and will put it away for out number 2 as Perez gets back to first.
Center fielder, number 27.
And here's tonight's Cold Hard Facts, which are brought to you by Clean and Crisp. Of course, lightweight Mike Trout coming into play. 3 straight games with a home run. Last Angel with more. Mark Trumbo had 4 straight games back in May of 2012. The club record. Bobby Bonds had 5 straight games back in 1977 with 5 straight games with a big fly.
Speaking of Trumbo, got a chance to be an all-star this year.
He is crushing the baseball.
Trumbo leading the way with 22 home runs in the American League. At the very least, he'd be great in the home run derby.
Oh, there's no doubt. He was very good in Kansas City that time.
He's hitting 281 on the season. Trout gets jammed, bounces one over to Valbuena, bobbles it, goes to second, and safe at second is the call.
Probably the easiest play he has had, not only in this series, but we've seen against him all year. He's unable to make the play on that one. He kind of looked up at the last minute. He's in perfect position. A little bit of a tricky hop off the heel of the glove, off the body. Perez going quickly to second base, slides in, beats that throw.
Error on Valbuena, his 6th of the year. 37th for the Astros. Keeps the inning alive. 2 on, 2 outs, and here's Albert. Albert hit a liner to Correa and his at bat in the first inning. A rare error for Valbuena. I mean, seems like when the Angels have played the Astros, they've just made play after play, regardless of the position. Two balls and no strikes.
Now, if you're Albert, you're in a very good fastball count. You have to look for something on the inner half of the plate. He's going to try probably throw a cut fastball away to allow you to be over aggressive on it. Try to bring it middle of the plate.
Two-one count. Two-one.
Way back outside with a cut fastball right on the corner.
Two-two. Trying to get him to chase. Full count.
Won't be surprised if he came back with the same pitch.
Runners will be on the move. Perez from second and Trout from first. Runners go, 3-2, and this one's flared out to right center field. That'll get down for a hit. Perez will score easily. Trout is going to be stopped at third as Gomez gets the baseball back in. Albert with the RBI single. It's a 3-1 Astros lead.
Yeah, we showed earlier that Albert's been doing a nice job as far as hitting the baseball well here of late at the Big A. The last 23 games, batting average of 300, but also very good with runners in scoring position. Fastball in, brought his hands in, inside-out approach. Serves it in the right center field for a base hit. But that outfield by the Astros, not only we talk a lot about the infield, but their outfield very good too. Cut that baseball off, did not allow Trout to come around and score, even though he was going on a 3-2 pitch.
49th run batted in for Pujols. Runners at first and third, and Daniel Nava now coming up. Anything that comes across the plate in this third inning, unearned runs for Feldman. It was the error by Valbuena that would have recorded the third out. Opportunities that the Angels have not really capitalized a whole lot of this year. They do so with one knock and looking for more. As Nava has a 1-0 count. He grounded out into the shift in the first inning.
Last 24 home games for Pujols, 333 with runners in scoring position for Albert Pujols.
One ball, one strike. Pujols, good lead over at first base. He takes off. The throw goes to second, and a bad one. And it's a stolen base for Albert.
Third stolen base of the season. And we talked about they're going to be aggressive against Feldman. They caught everyone by surprise. That throw almost got away and into the outfield. Albert is going. Long delivery time did a play for Feldman. It's a pretty good scoop by Correa on that throw.
Second and third, 2 outs. 2-1 count on Nava. And this one's driven out toward left center. Gomez, however, was shading him that way. Will track it down for the third out. The Angels do get on the board of the Pujols single. We'll head to the fourth. 3-1 Houston. As we begin the fourth inning, Tim Lincecum, after a rough first inning, command-wise, has settled down. Gave up a 2-out double to Correa in the third, but nothing more. And here in the fourth, he'll face Gonzalez, Gomez, and Gaddis. Marwin Gonzalez, a strikeout victim to end the first. He swings first pitch and drives one out to right field. This will chase Cole back. He's at the warning track, leaps up, and it's over his head off the wall. Gonzalez will turn and head toward third, and he is going to get in there with a leadoff triple. Second of the season for Gonzalez.
Center fielder.
This pitch is elevated. Gonzalez gets that foot down and a fastball out over the plate and drives that one very well. He thought he might have got that one, and just over the head of Cole Calhoun. Got back to the wall, jumped up there, and Gonzalez cruises in for his second triple of the season. And we talked about how he's had struggle on pitches in the lower part of the strike zone, but very good on the upper part. Got that one.
Gomez takes down and in. Infield in for the Angels. The Astros trying to get that run back that the Halos put on the board in the bottom of the third. Gomez lined down. This one's past Petit and down the left field line. Gonzalez will score. Gomez on his way to second. So it's back-to-back extra base hits for the Astros, and they get that run back. It's 4-1.
Hanging breaking ball, stayed back on that one well, gets it by Petit right down the left field line for Gomez. His 13th double, 17th RBI. And keep an eye on him there at second base. He likes to try to steal third, so vary your look back to second.
So Gaddis now up, nobody out. He had a single his first time. He fouls it off.
That's exactly what you have to try to do against Gomez. He's trying to time Lincecum's delivery to the plate.
No balls, 2 strikes. It's an Astros team this year that has jumped early in counts. 353 team batting average. The first pitch of an at-bat. That is down the line, and that is foul. Trying to sneak another one past Petit. Count remains at 0-2.
Yeah, an all-speed pitch got a little bit too much to the plate, especially being ahead of the count 0-2.
Oh, 2. Down and in. .62 pitches for Lincecum. 5 strikeouts, 2 walks. 5 hits allowed. Gaddis goes down swinging, 1 away.
And Castro coming into play. This is exactly what Lincecum did to him last at bat to get a swing and miss. See right here, a very good split finger changeup. See the grip and see the drop of this baseball going down and away from Castro to get a swing and miss. Perfect location, good form on that split finger changeup for Tim Lincecum.
Gomez with a big lead at second. That's down low. Snap throw to second base, and Gomez back safely. I'm waiting to see the chalk outline of Gomez's body there at second base. Wasn't moving.
Good off-speed pitch once again from Lincecum.
One. Another off speed, 1-2.
So far as speed differential in the game, best fastball, 90-mile-an-hour fastball. Slowest curveball at 73, 17-mile-an-hour differential in his pitches.
Castro goes down swinging. 2 down. Back-to-back strikeouts now for Lincecum.
Almost the exact same pitch he got him out before. Stays on top at split finger changeup. See the location, running down and away. Almost the exact same spot for Lincecum against Castro. Twice now a swing and miss on that split finger changeup.
This down and in. Springer walked and scored in the first, grounded out on a 3-0 pitch in the second. One. Astros up 4-1 here in the fourth. Back-to-back extra base hits, triple by Gonzalez, double by Gomez. Two. Well, Springer thought about it. Missed in, full count now. Two, and he walked him. Laid off the off speed.
That's a pretty good take, really. And some late movement. Starts on that inside part of the plate, but just runs off a little bit off the inside corner. I guess that's the reason why you're seeing him leading the club as far as walks this year. 42nd for Springer.
Wasn't going to give in to Springer. He has struck out Valbuena twice. Up and away. One-0. That's down and away.
Certainly with Altuve on deck, this is the guy you want to get if you're Lincecum.
Bowser toward first, and that is foul. Two balls, one strike. Good speed on the bases for Houston. Valbuena fouls it back. Two-two count. Simmons toward the middle, trying to keep Gomez close to the bag. Big hole on the left side of the infield. And that's up and in. Full count. Clearly the guy you want to get. Altuve's on deck. A lot of deep counts for Lincecum. That pitch count 79. Next one will be 80. We're in the fourth. Runners go. 3-2. This is fouled back over the fastball.
And that was an 85-mile-an-hour fastball. The ups and downs as far as trying to build up that arm strength so quickly like he has so far this year. 3 minor league assignments. Now his 3rd start at the big leagues. No spring training for Lincecum. A little bit of time before you're going to get that consistent velocity. It's not going to be back in the mid-90s anymore.
Valbuena pulls it foul.
But he will start touching that 89 to 92, 93 range.
Another payoff. Valbuena pulls this one to the right side. Giavitello with a diving stop from his knees. Throws out Valbuena, and it saves Tim Lincecum and the Angels a run. Houston gets one back. They lead at 4-1 as we head to the bottom of the fourth. Begin the bottom of the fourth inning. Hey folks, the Angels Summer Pass is on sale now. Summer Pass is good for all 17 Sunday through Thursday games in July and August, including games against the Yankees and the Red Sox. With the Upper Deck Pass for only $49, you can save all summer. Get yours today at angels.com/summerpass. Scott Feldman back to work here in the fourth. He'll face Giavitello, Marte, and Petit.
Previous 10 home games for Johnny Giavitello, 400 batting average with 5 RBI and 2 big fly.
Johnny a fly ball to right field in the second, so he's 0 for 1. 50th pitch thrown by Feldman. He hadn't thrown more than 40 pitches in an outing since April 24th. He started the season in the rotation originally before being moved to the bullpen.
It's one of those pitches as a hitter you got to try to hit the other way. If you try to pull that ball, it's going to be very difficult to do so. 51 pitches, 29 strikes for Feldman.
has struggled as the start of this season. 0-2 with an ERA, a little over 4.5, but very good. As a reliever, 4-1 with a 1.85 ERA for Feldman.
Two balls, two strikes. Fastball got him looking, one down.
First baseman, number 19, Jeffrey Marte.
Second strikeout for Feldman. And here's Marte. First pitch swinging out towards shallow right. Springer coming in. 2 down.
Third baseman, number 8, Gregorio Petit.
Bases clear with 2 outs, and here comes Gregorio Petit. He lined out to Correa in the second, so he's 0 for 1. Petit lifts one out toward left center. Rasmus moving over. And the Angels go down in order here in the 4th. We'll head to the 5th inning. Houston on top. Fox Sports West is brought to you by Subaru, making the world a better place. That's why they created Subaru Loves to Care, Subaru's commitment to a healthier community. By El Pollo Loco, try the new fire-grilled chicken burritos today. And by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Good times. Top of the 5th inning, Halos down by the score of 4-1 as we take a look at the Houston Astros in-game box score. 2 hits for Carlos Correa, 2 extra base hits, a 3-run home run in the 1st inning and a double in the 3rd. As Lincecum's allowed 5 total hits. He's also struck out 7. He's walked 3. Now Altuve, Correa, and Rasmus here in the 5th inning for the Stros. Altuve came in batting .348, leading the American League batting average. Drew a walk and scored a run in the first inning, and he popped out to Marte in the third. This one's ripped out to left field. Lead-off single on a 1-2 count. Altuve's going to keep on running, and he is out now at second base.
The slide past that base. That second base could be a problem for Altuve on occasion.
Goes as a single for Altuve.
And Altuve jumped on that high pitch. He's very good on high pitches. And Nava gets it in quickly. And the slide past the base. And eventually the tag by Giavotella.
Got him anyway.
Second outfield assist for Nava this season.
There's Correa. That home run and a double.
That's one of those plays too. As a manager of your club, you're okay with that, being aggressive like that for Altuve. Just took a perfect throw from Nava in there and a tag applied by Giavotella to get him out.
Two balls, one strike. Go to the 3-1 off speed.
That's a real good changeup from Lincecum. Correa looking fastball on a fastball count.
Colby Rasmus on deck. There's the payoff. And that one missed. Just off the plate. Fourth walk issued by Lincecum. It put man on with one out. Rasmus coming up. Rasmus struck out in the first and hit a fly ball to left in the third. Swing and a miss. 0-2.
Mentioned earlier that Lincecum had 4 career pickoffs. That's a long throwing motion to first base for Lincecum. Makes it more difficult to pick runners off and shorten up their leads.
Correa with a big lead over at first base as well. 8 stolen bases. Has been caught 3 times. 3 runs in the first for Houston, 1 in the fourth. The Angels' lone run coming in a third. 2-out single by Pujols. Scoring Carlos Perez.
And ideally the quick footwork, but the shorter throw and the angle for a right-handed pitcher. Weaver, very quick move for a tall right-handed pitcher. He shortens up that throwing motion.
96 pitches now. Rasmus yanks one foul.
And that's a fastball at 86 on the inner half, and Rasmus is super quick on the inside part of the plate.
Halos start to get action in the bullpen now. 97 for Lincecum. He threw 98 pitches in his first start against Oakland. Not fully committed to that swing, but he keeps his at-bat alive.
Close enough to the strike zone, you have to commit to at least fouling that one off, and that's exactly what Rasmus was able to do.
Dale Lasguerra getting ready.
Back to my Hyundai key to the game today. A little help from my friends, looking for some run support from his teammates today. Been a battle for Lincecum throughout, especially in the first inning. Gave up 3 runs, trying to get through this inning to put himself in position to pick up a W.
Full count.
If the offense can respond for him.
Correa's going to be on the move here. No, he's not. Maybe he is. It all depends. You never know.
He is. I told you. He heard you.
Man, that ball got into the stands in a hurry.
He heard that suggestion from you.
As far as foreshadowing, I just want to make sure I had all my bases covered.
He might not. He will. No, I don't think so. Yeah. 100 pitches thrown now for Lincecum, 27 of them back in that 4th inning.
Correa takes off again, and Rasmus pulls this one past Marte into right. Carlos will head over to third. That may be the last batter as Cole sails that one all the way home. Runners at first and third and 1 out. Marwin Gonzalez coming up, and sure enough, here comes Scioscia. He immediately makes the call to the pen. Mentioned 101 pitches. That's the most pitches he's thrown in a game since the start against the New York Mets last year on June 11th. He made 3 starts after that, and he was done for the season. He's done here tonight, 5 1/3. He'll depart with a couple of men on, and Houston leading it 4-1. Lincecum lifted after 101 pitches, 4 1/3. I said 5 1/3 going to break, but it's 4 1/3. 7 hits, 4 runs, all earned. Responsible for the 2 guys on base. As Dale Esguerra comes on in relief, it's our in and out, who's in, who's out. Esguerra pitching his 13th game and 2nd consecutive 1-0 and a 2.84 ERA. Last night, just a third of an inning, allowed 1 hit and threw a total of 6 pitches. He's going to be facing the switch hitting Marwin Gonzalez.
There with his good changeup too, you get Gonzalez out in front to get that ground ball, which you need. You're gonna be able to get a double play ball. Gonzalez has rolled into 6 so far this year.
Gonzalez 1 for 2 with a triple. That came leading off the 4th inning. They're around the zone quite often. A lot of off-speed stuff. 16 strikeouts, no walks in 19 innings, 15 hits allowed. Halos, of course, with 1 out. A double play depth trying to get out of this 5th inning. Good off speed. 1-1.
He really sells his changeup very well. Straight over the top, similar to that fastball arm angle. Stays on top. You see how this changeup ends up down in the strike zone, exactly where you want to throw against Gonzalez. 135 batting average on low pitches. Upstairs, like we saw that last at bat he had for a triple off the wall, was up in the strike zone.
Bunt, and this one's up the first base line. Safety squeeze. It'll bring in a run. They get the out, and it is 5-1. Correa scores on that bunt. Gonzalez picks up his 21st RBI.
Center fielder, number 30, Carlos Gomez.
Brings that right down the first base line. Giavotto alertly is over there at the bag at first to be able to get the 1-4, but another run scores for the Astros. Sack, bunt, RBI for Gonzalez.
Colby Rasmus now in scoring position. Here's Carlos Gomez, 1 for 2, a line out and an RBI double. Not going to talk things over. Double for Gomez, his 13th, the RBI 17th. 1-0 count. Holy cow. You ever think a right-handed batter is going to hit one up there?
That's a time when you're sitting up there, you can have a conversation, not anticipating any baseball coming that way.
You think he was just out in front of that one?
Guessing.
Think you can analyze that one on your newfangled telestrator? Break that one down.
Slightly opened up the front hips. That's what you did there to be able to get the barrel of the bat. That barrel of the bat is at the third base line when he made contact.
One ball, one strike. Guerra's been tough on lefties this season. 167 batting average against. Righties hit 250 against them. Three and one. Gaddis on deck. Three one now. Off speed, punch to right field. Cole coming on, and he'll get there. Makes the catch for the third out. Houston tacks on a run. We'll head to the bottom of the fifth. 8-1 coming up for the Angels, down 5-1. Just a total of 3 hits tonight, all 3 singles. As a matter of fact, the Angels' lone run came in the 3rd inning after an error by Valbuena kept the inning alive, and then Pujols shot a single to right center. This for Carlos Perez. Scott Feldman back out here for the 5th inning. He'll face Perez, Simmons, and then Calhoun. We think getting close to his limit. See how A.J. Hinch plays it out. Carlos shows bunt, pulls it back, takes a strike. 58th pitch of the night for Feldman. Carlos had a bunt base hit in his first at bat.
And most pitches Feldman has thrown in a season was 103, but that was back in April when he was in the starting rotation, but in the bullpen since.
That was his last start. Yep. Prior to tonight, getting the spot start tonight with McCullers dealing with a blister. Carlos ahead of the count at 2 balls, 1 strike. Gets jammed, pops one up to shallow right. Altuve going out. 1 down. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Los Angeles Angels and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Angels Baseball LP.
Feldman has done a real nice job here tonight. 6-9 in his career versus the Angels with an ERA over 4.5, but he's been very solid here tonight.
Simmons takes a strike. Andrelton struck out in the 3rd. One of 2 strikeouts for Feldman. 1 run, 3 hits, 3 left on for the Angels. Houston with 5 runs, 7 hits, 1 error, and 5 left on. Matter of fact, that run in the third unearned against Feldman because of the error by Valbuena. Chopper back up the middle. Correa to his left. 2 down.
Well, they have some defensive coverage in the infield, don't they? I mean, they put the shifts on a lot, but they have some pretty good athletes to be able to cover up a lot of ground in the infield.
Bases clear with 2 outs and Calhoun at the plate. Cole is grounded out and hit a fly ball to left. Cole hits one out towards shallow center. Here comes Gomez. But at this pace, maybe he does come back out for another inning as the Angels go down in order again. That's 7 straight retired by Feldman. Houston on top.
Greater coverage of baseball. New York loses once again to Texas 7-1. Boston, get to see them in a couple days, beats Tampa 8-2, and Cleveland wins again. That's 11 straight wins for Cleveland in our game break. How Cleveland has been able to continue to win games. A double steal as Lindor steals home for the Cleveland Indians. 11 straight. Amazing what they've been able to do, this Cleveland Indian ball club.
Del Osguero finished off the 5th inning. Will face Gaddis, Castro, and Springer here in the 6th. One ball with strike. Gaddis with a single in the 2nd inning, struck out in the 4th.
And Cleveland with that 11-game win streak. Last time they won 11 in a row was back in 1982 during the season. That was from May 23rd to June 4th.
Chopper towards short. Simmons has it. 1 down.
And they're still struggling to get fans to come to watch the baseball games. They haven't lost since the Cavaliers won the NBA championship. And Lincecum threw the ball so well against Castro the first 2 times up. Changeup, almost the exact location going away. Good balance. That split finger changeup running away. Swing and miss, same spot, perfect location for Lincecum. Now if you're Garrett, you're thinking those same type of pitches with his changeup.
There it is. Shallow left. Simmons out. Nava in. Nava with the call. 2 down.
That's paying attention right there.
Right fielder, number 4, George.
So back to the
Springer.
top of the order now. George Springer with 2 outs, the base is clear. Springer fouls it back. And while we're on the subject of pitching, Nick Tropiano made a start tonight at AAA. Ended up going 6 2/3, allowing 2 runs, both earned, 3 hits, 7 strikeouts, 1 walk. No balls, 2 strikes. Tyler Skaggs, we're told, will make his next rehab start. Tropiano's pitching at AAA. He's no longer on a rehab. He was activated. So he's pitching for Salt Lake. Next rehab start for Skaggs will be at AAA as well.
Well, that's good to see that from Tyler Skaggs.
And Joe Smith will make an appearance tomorrow. Again, at Inland Empire, I believe. 0-2. That's a called strike 3. A 1-2-3 inning for Dale Esguerra.
Boy, we're going to have a fun Gooby Tuesdays. Guys talk about their favorite meals from their moms back in the day. All right, Johnny, what was your favorite meal your mom made you growing up?
I would have to say red beans and rice. It's kind of a New Orleans tradition to cook red beans and rice every Monday night.
I love the seafood, the mariscos. I love because, I don't know, I like the seafood and mariscos. Is for me, is my favorite.
The arepas, obviously, in Venezuela. Everybody love mama arepas back home.
Goulash, actually, yeah, my favorite. Every time I go back home, she makes it up for me. So yeah, I can't pass that one up.
Well, that was always my favorite too, Hungarian goulash. Wow, that's fantastic.
Did we just become best friends?
We have become best friends right now. I'm looking forward to an invite over there to the Weaver house to be able to get some goulash. I like chicken paprikash too. What about you, Victor? What's your go-to meal that your mom made you as a kid that you really love?
That I really love?
Yeah.
Nothing really stands out. Everything was good. I know what I hated. Pepper steak. Pepper steak and what do you call it? Sweet potato casserole.
Oh yeah, that's fantastic.
Deadly. That was the combination for me that you could just.
How about some liver? Do you like that?
They used to bought. I don't remember it, but they said because we didn't like to eat liver on their plate, they would put it in a blender, make us drink it when we were kids.
I remember sitting there.
Now that doesn't explain everything.
I sit there with my arms crossed. I waited my mom and dad out. They're saying, "Well, you're not going to eat." I said, "All right, I won't eat." I waited it out. Vegetables too were never one of my
Goulash
favorite
sounds
things.
like fun though.
Yeah. Oh, no doubt.
And
there's a lot of good stuff in that.
Your new BFF, Jared Weaver.
Oh
huh?
yeah.
BFFFF.
Oh yes. Louis on the hill tomorrow.
Michael Feliz on the relief of Scott Feldman as we begin the 6th inning. 2, 3, and 4 for the Angels. Feldman, a solid 5 innings. 3 hits, 2 strikeouts, and no walks. 1 unearned run. John has a 1 ball, 1 strike count. Feliz pitching in his 21st game, 501 record, a 3.78 ERA. Trout on the night, 1 for 2, a single, and a stolen base in the first.
Celebrating a birthday today, Feliz, 23. Some kind of birthday present. The first guy you get to face is Mike Trout.
Go get him. native of the Dominican Republic. Big guy, 6'4". Although Feldman 6'7", so he going now. 2-1. Break the ball off the glove of Castro. It's 3 balls and a strike. Feliz got some time in the big leagues last year, 5 games for Houston. Pitching at Double-A and A-ball last season. That was as a starter, 17 starts in the minor leagues last year, but out of the pen this year. And there's a leadoff walk to start the 6th inning.
Contreras on 3 times tonight. Base hit, stolen base, got on an error by Valbuena. Now a walk.
That's the 16th time Trout has reached safely on this homestand. Albert takes a strike. As Mike Scioscia said earlier today, it cannot be Mike Trout and no one else.
Certainly a guy at the plate could do some damage himself. Look for him to get that swing back. A couple home runs of late. Been very good at home in his last 24 games for Pujols.
Cues it foul. He's in the hole at 0-2. Had an RBI single in the 3rd, so he's 1 for 2. Two balls and 2 strikes. Walk to Trout. Just the 2nd time the Angels have had their leadoff man reach. Carlos with the infield. Actually, the bunt base hit to lead off 3rd, the other. Snaps a string of 7 straight. Angels retired. Now on deck. Two.
See that life he has on his fastball. It's 93 to 97 range. A good slider and changeup. Nice play there in the stands. Houston Street made the play. It's a happy fan.
Yeah, it is. Got a
He's
giveaway
getting high fives
too.
all over the place.
Albert goes down swinging for out number 1. And the 73rd weekend is right around the corner when the Chicago White Sox are in town beginning Friday, July 15th. Fans in attendance will receive a groovy rally monkey courtesy of Jack in the Box while supplies last. Visit angels.com/promotions to purchase your tickets today.
That is a groovy rally monkey.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Totally
70s.
Davo for 2 with the ground and a fly ball to center. Did you used to dress like that? Bell bottom jeans?
Oh, yeah.
Boots with the fur? I'm just kidding.
I still think one of us has to come as Johnny Bravo that day. Probably you.
Probably me.
Yes.
Yeah. Butterfly collar shirts.
Yeah.
We still have the individual portraits. I don't know if your parents made you do it, but the 4 boys.
Yes, I
Two
did.
older boys had the
I had my
baby blue denim leisure suits.
I
We
had
had the yellow polyester suits.
I had a green leisure suit, which is a fantastic look. I could have been the Riddler after a while.
What shade of green? 1-1 is upstairs. 2-1. Pea green, I'm sure, if it was the 70s.
Yeah, it was a solid look with the big collar.
Oh.
Flowers on there. Green flowers and yellow flowers. Yeah, it was a good look. I actually still have a picture of that, unfortunately.
Yeah. Wood-paneled station wagon. We had a Volare. That was the Royals' parting gift to my dad when he retired in '77. Wood-paneled Volare. This one back up the middle. It's a base hit for Nava. The Angels have 2 on with 1 out here in the 6th.
And the reason why this game is still reachable for the Angels to come back, especially with 2 on, with Johnny Giavotella made a real nice play against Valbuena back in the 4th inning with a couple runners on. You see Johnny Giavotella, he's playing on the dirt in that infield, but look how far he's got to go and travel into that outfield grass. Be able to dive and make an outstanding defensive play and throw over to Marte. Giavotella with the glove, now with an opportunity with the bat to bring the Angels all the way back.
Johnny 0 for 2 with a fly ball to right and a strikeout looking. Second time tonight, the Angels have multiple base runners on board and started with a walk to Trout. Breaking ball low. Johnny hits one out toward right center field. Long run for Springer, but he's tracking it down. Makes the catch. Trout will tag and head to third. 2 down.
First baseman, number 9.
They'll be up to Marte.
You see that coverage you have in the outfield here for the Astros, how quickly Springer's able to get back and track that one down, make it look routine. That ball was hit pretty well by Giavotella.
Breaking ball misses low. Marte 0 for 2. Twice has hit a fly ball to right. That's J.C. Ramirez getting ready. Newest Angel. Made his debut last night, going 1/3 of an inning. Back-to-back breaking balls. They looked like he was tracking. Now one a little bit better. 2-0.
Rasmus plays a real shallow left field. Very comfortable going back, especially on the 2-0 count now.
He's played all 3 outfield positions in his career. Three balls, no strikes.
Yeah, you'll see them do that at Minute Maid Park because it's such a short shot to left field. But here at the Big A, especially you're up by 4 runs. Usually a lot of times you'll think in terms of no baseballs over your head.
Well, the last out of Wednesday's game at Minute Maid Park, after playing deep, came in on Trout, and Trout lined one right to him to finish off the game. That's a strike. 3-1. Borderline pitch. But Sam Holbrook ringing it up.
And the fastball count here for Marte. And the mindset has to be, you're looking to drive something right now.
Chopper towards short. Correa comes in, flips it to Altuve, and the Angels will leave a couple of men on. As we head to the 7th, Houston on top 5-1. Chevy Drive event at your Southern California Chevy dealers. By Energy Upgrade California. It's easy to stay golden at energyupgradeca.org. And by your Southern California Toyota dealers. Top of the 7th here at the Big A, game 2 of this 3-game set. Halos dropping the opener last night by the final of 4-2. Trailed this one 5-1, and it's J.C. Ramirez on the relief for the 2nd consecutive night. Claimed off waivers from the Cincinnati Reds and made his Angels debut last night. 1/3 of an inning, 1 strikeout, 5 pitches, one of which was a wild pitch that scored George Springer for the 2nd run in that 9th inning.
Yeah, 2-seam fastballs 93 to 95. 4-seam fastball can rush it up there to 99 miles an hour. Throw a slider and a split finger fastball.
Astros here in the 7th have Valbuena, Altuve, and Correa coming up. .98 miles per hour on that first pitch fastball. Valbuena tonight 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts and a ground out. Dale Esquera, by the way, went an inning and 2/3, 1 strikeout, the rest zeros. One and 2. That's a called strike 3. A fastball to the top part of the zone. First out here in the 7th.
Pretty difficult to catch up to a high fastball at 98, upper part of the strike zone like that. See the life on this pitch, upstairs, catches it, corner of Fox Tracks.
Altuve shooting one back up the middle for his 2nd hit. Now 2 for 3.
And with Carlos Correa coming to the plate, now it's time for the top tier play of the game, brought to you by Arco. Back in the 1st inning with 2 on. Correa against Tim Lincecum. With that pitch on the inner half of the plate, and he turns on, hits it out to left field. For Correa, a 3-run home run. His 13th home run, 46th RBI on that swing.
Runner goes, and Altuve had a huge jump, picks up a stolen base. Nothing Carlos Perez could do. That's a 19th stolen base for Altuve.
See how many steps he got this before Ramirez even threw the ball home. No chance at all for Carlos Perez. And a lot of times when you look at numbers as far as catchers, that goes against him, but that's really a stolen base on the pitcher.
Correa with a home run, a double, and a walk. 3-run blast in the first inning. 13th of the year, now with 46 runs batted in.
Huge lead at second base for Altuve. Here he goes. No chance at all.
I mean, feel free to mix in a second look. And that's not even close.
A running start. And wisely, Carlos Perez just holds on to that baseball. No reason to even throw it.
Infield in now. That's fouled back. Count remains at 0-2. 99-mile-per-hour fastball. Ramirez, 27 years of age, from Nicaragua. Pitching 27 games for the Reds this year. 1-3 mark and a 6.40 ERA. Down and away, 1-2. Been in the big leagues with Philadelphia, 18 games in 2013. Last year with Arizona and Seattle. 12 games with the Diamondbacks, 8 for Seattle. Breaking ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Originally came up with Seattle. This one down the line, backhanded by Petit. Altuve will score. They get the out at first. And Correa picks up his 4th RBI, and it makes it 6-1 Stros.
A real good play by Petit. Really had no chance, especially from that angle he would have to throw home to Carlos Perez to get Altuve. He got a good jump on that one. Good range he shows on this one. Took a look at home, but realizing no play at home, throws to first to get Correa on a 5-3 putout.
Two outs, bases clear, and Rasmus will look at a strike. Rasmus 1 for 3 with a singles. He bounces this one to the right side. Marte's got it to the backhand. Ramirez is there. That is the 3rd out, but a gift run with the walking. The stolen base makes 6-1 Stros. We head to the bottom of the 7th. Wrap up this 3-game set tomorrow afternoon. Remember, it's a 12:35 start. Angels Live will kick things off at noon. Dallas Keuchel on the mound for the Houston Astros. Jared Weaver going for the Angels.
And Weaver, his last in the 5 home starts versus the Astros, 4-1 with a 1.95. Keuchel overall 8-2 versus the Angels with a 3.74 in his career.
Petit, Perez, and Simmons for the Angels here in the bottom of the 7th. Gregorio, starting third baseman tonight, 0 for 2. A line out in the 2nd inning, a fly ball to left in the 4th. Came back and hit him in the chest, looked like. Tim Lincecum got the start for the Angels, gave up 5 runs, all earned. 4 1/3, 7 hits, 7 strikeouts, 4 walks. Off the plate.
Pretty firm fastball there too at 97. Tito's done a real nice job for Mike Scioscia wherever you put him in the infield. Good swings at the plate.
Called strike 3.
Well, that was off the outside corner.
Yeah. 1 down.
Catcher, number 58, Carlos Perez.
In our Fox tracks, you see the fastball. It's off the outside corner at 97. Sam Holbrook brings him up though.
Carlos lines one to right. Springer goes back and makes the catch. 2 down. We'll bring up Andrelton Simmons. MLB.TV Premium, the #1 live streaming sports service, delivers everything you've come to expect and more. Watch every out-of-market game live in HD on over 400 supported devices. Includes a free subscription to At-Bat Premium, the #1 app for live baseball. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.TV for details. Andrelton is 0 for 2. Struck out. His first time up, grounded out to short in the 5th. Nobody warming up for the Angels, so J.C. Ramirez will come back out for the 8th. One ball, 1 strike. This one's out toward left. He'll chase Rasmus back. Ball's got some carry, and that's over his head, off the base of the wall. Andrelton on his way to second. He is in there with a 2-out double.
Hit very well by Simmons. What an arm Rasmus has out there in left field from the wall. He fired that one right on the base. And Simmons out of the batter's box quickly picks up his 7th double. Season an off-speed pitch, stayed back on that one well and drives it. Up against the wall. Rasmus gets it in for that warning track.
3rd extra base hit for Andrelton since coming off the disabled list. Top of the order now, Calhoun, 0 for 3. Ground down and a couple of fly ball outs. He drives one out to center. Gomez moving back on a towering shot, taking him back to the warning track, and he'll make the catch just shy of the wall for out number 3. 7 complete. Houston on top 6-1.
Up 6-1 tonight at the Big A. Welcome back outside. Ken French with you. And following this one, it's Angels Live, presented by your SoCal Mazda dealers. Joined myself, Jose Mota, Tim Salmon, and Alex Curry for all the post-game reaction. But before we send it inside, it is time now for a Carl's Cam replay centered around Mike Trout. He's homered in 3 straight games. Take you back to Saturday, going long ball against the A's. Then Sunday, he does it again. That's number 16 on the year. Then off the shoe tops last night, number 17. Last hail to homer in 4 straight. Mark Trumbo back in 2012. He'll be up first in the bottom of the 8th. Guys, back to you.
Thanks a lot, Frenchie, as J.C. Ramirez delivers a strike here on Marwin Gonzalez to start the 8th inning. Second inning of relief for Ramirez. Gonzalez 1 for 2. Had a triple with a run scored to the 4th. Sacrifice bunt with an RBI in the 5th. Houston with 3 in the 1st, then solo runs in the 4th, 5th, and 7th innings. Two balls and a strike. This one's down the left field line. Nava's not going to get there. Falls in for a hit. And Gonzalez on his way to second. And that is a leadoff double.
And he gets a pretty good swing at anything that's up in the strike zone at all. Even that pitch was off the plate at 98. It's still elevated enough to hit that one right down the left field line for a double.
5 of the 9 hits for the Astros tonight, extra base hits. Second one for Gonzalez, who had a triple back in the 4th. Man in scoring position for Carlos Gomez, who had an extra base hit for an RBI in the 4th. Foul back. That's Ramirez from Nicaragua. 14 players played in Major League Baseball from that country. And I know you know who the most famous is. El Presidente.
Yes.
Dennis Martinez. 245 wins and 193 losses.
Perfect game too, right?
Dodger Stadium, if I'm not mistaken.
With Montreal.
This one back up the middle, and Giavotella has it. Jump throw to first, and Marte's foot not on the bag. Jeffrey Marte became a spectator and kind of forgot where the base was at. Right now, it's an infield base hit, and I'm sure Steve Solis downstairs will take a look at it.
Yeah, he was definitely off the base in this. You can see where his foot is right there. Did he get it back in time? Nope. Beat it out.
No challenge, so that'll go as an infield base hit.
Real nice play by Giavotella. 2 really good ones today.
First and third, nobody out, and Evan Gattis coming up. Gattis swinging a miss. Gattis tonight 1 for 3, a single back in the 2nd. Gomez with a big lead at first. Gattis lifts one out to shallow center. Marwin Gonzalez back to the bag. Trout makes the catch. Gonzalez coming home. The throw to the plate up the line. It's a sac fly. It makes it 7-1 Houston.
Catcher number 15, Jason Castro.
That ball went up in the air. Gonzalez went back to the bag and was talking with Gary Pettis.
He was looking to see if he should go on that one. Tells him to go, take a shot at it, especially when you're up 6-1 at that point. Trout's throw, because he's drifting over there towards right center field, had a chance to be up the first base line. That's exactly where the throw was from Trout.
Jason Castro 0 for 3. Gaddis picking up his 32nd run batted in. Pat Neshek getting ready. The Angels have Trout, Pujols, Nava coming up in the 8th.
So far in this game, Castro's had a tough time dealing with changeups, 2 very good ones from Lincecum for swing and misses, then a pop-up to shallow left field on a changeup from Guerra.
One ball, one strike. Gomez over at first base, and again off of the big lead. It's down at it. Time called. See how enticing the arm of Jason Ramirez is with the velocity that he has, but clearly the numbers speak for themselves. Just a one-trick pony, one pitch guy. Been able to command the other stuff. And early on in his career, Raddick with the walks, but he's got a career whip of 1.556, so he'll give up some hits. The guy's sitting fastball.
Yeah, if you just had a better feel for their slider and changeup to go along with that 97 to 99 mile-an-hour fastball with movement, and all of a sudden you get a lot of easy outs. But if you're sitting on a fastball, hitters love that pitch.
Foul back. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Once traded for Cliff Lee. Went to the Phillies. That trade for Cliff Lee. That one is foul at the plate. One run in for Houston here in the 8th. Castro fouls it back again. 7 runs, 10 hits, an error, 5 left on for the Stros. 1 run, 5 hits, 6 left on for the Angels. Castro goes down swinging for out number 2.
See that movement he has on his fastball. It's a 97-mile-an-hour fastball. Almost looks like a slider.
So 2 outs. Gomez at first, and here's George Springer. 0 for 2 with a couple of walks.
Generally, we up there swinging first pitch.
It's a pretty good bat.
It's a 98-mile-an-hour fastball too. Again, if Ramirez could control either the slider or changeup, at least one of those 2 pitches, make that fastball that much better.
A 1-ball, 2-strike count. Texas defeating the Yankees earlier today, 7-1 behind Cole Hamels. Mentioned the Indians winning their 11th consecutive. That one's outside. St. Louis over Kansas City, 8-4 to even that series up.
Hey, how about that delay they had yesterday in Yankee Stadium? What was it, 3 hours and 45 minutes?
Careful what you wish for if you're the Yankees in that one.
Yeah. Texas came back and ended up winning that game. Would it started like at 2:30 in the morning back east? We did that one time in Boston. You remember that one?
Yeah. Oh, how can I forget?
Yes.
Bobby Abreu.
Bobby.
Game winner. Then they had a day game. We had a day game the next day.
That was the
John
wrestling,
Lackey on the mound.
Wasn't that the wrestling mask day?
Wrestling mask was the that night with the rain delay.
Yeah.
And then the next day, John Lackey and the Angels bombarded him. Gomez will stop at second. Three-two count and 2 outs. Nobody covering at first because Gomez could be on the move, and somebody forgot to tell J.C. Ramirez.
Yeah, a lot of times that communication is the first baseman will tell the pitcher he's playing behind him.
Ramirez gets charged with the error. Still a full count here on Springer. Fouls it off. Another payoff. Another foul ball back. That throwing error, by the way, the 50th error committed by the Angels this year. Springer draws the walk. 2 out, 2 on, and here comes Luis Valbuena. Charles Nagy is going to go out and pay a visit.
It's 43 walks now in the season for Springer. He's had 6 career 3 walk games. For a guy that's extremely aggressive early in counts, he works himself back into hitters counts. Pretty patient at the plate.
Valbuena hitless tonight, 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts and a ground out. He will look at a strike. One ball, one strike. Nobody's warming up, so it's J.C. Ramirez or bust at this point. Halos last night had to use 5 relievers. That's just to get through the final 3 innings. 1-2. Valbuena goes down swinging and go ahead to the bottom of the 8th inning. Halos down 7-1.
One here in the bottom of the 8th inning. And Pat Neshek now on the mound for the Astros. And a fastball 87 to 91 range, slider, changeup, 31st game, 2-1 record. ERA 3.09, 22 strikeouts in his 6 walks and 23 in the 3rd innings pitched.
Halos here in the 8th inning. We'll have Trout, Pujols, Nava coming up.
Got another opportunity to have the 4 consecutive games potentially with a home run. He's had 3 straight games with a home run coming into tonight.
Mike 1 for 2. Single and a stolen base in the 1st, reached on the error in the 3rd, and walked in the 6th. No balls, 2 strikes. Neshek taking over for Michael Feliz, who went 2 innings tonight, 2 hits, 2 strikeouts, 1 walk, no runs. On the heels of Scott Feldman going 5 innings tonight, spot start for Lance McCullers Jr. Count remains at 0-2.
We're going back to the game on June 23rd. Trout's batting average dipped down to 297. Now you look up, in 321.
Multi-hit games kind of help. 3 straight 3-hit games, 5 straight multi-hit. Fouls this one back.
He's been very good, especially even behind in the count. 340 batting average behind in the count for Trout, which is the best in baseball. That allows him to be comfortable taking that first pitch on occasion for a strike.
Little flare out to right field. Springer dives and he got it. Wow, what a play by George Springer to rob Trout of his second hit of the night.
And Trout's
out of nowhere.
He's looking in amazement how he was able to come in and get that baseball. Off the bat, thought no chance whatsoever for Springer to cover that much ground to dive and make this play. He's barely in the picture there. Dives just before that baseball hits the outfield grass. Full extension on the dive. Very special athlete out in right field for the Astros. That's an unbelievable play. The full extension on the dive. The head is still, eyes on the baseball, and controlling the baseball in the glove as he hits the ground.
One ball, one strike on Albert. 1 for 3 tonight. Had an RBI single back in the third. There's the 1-2. This is down the line. Fair ball. Hanging slider. Albert's going to turn and try to go to second. Nope, he'll stop right there. Second hit of the night for Pujols. Puts a man on with 1 out here in the 8th.
Baseball was hit very well. Rasmus able to go over and cut that one off. Right down the line. All speed pitch. And Rasmus quickly over there and gets himself always in very good throwing position, and the firm throw in the second for Rasmus, keeping Albert at first base.
Daniel Nava 1 for 3.
Well, there's a lot of things at times when you look at this Astro team to be impressed with, but their defense is unbelievable.
Nava hits one out toward right center field. Long run for Springer, not going to get there. They'll split the outfielders and go to the wall. Albert will get to third and stop there. Nava with a double. And the Angels have runners at second and third with 1 out here in the 8th. With Johnny Giavotella coming up.
That foot down, a couple toe taps, and then follow through on the swing for Nava. 88-mile-an-hour fastball splits the gap. Second double of the season, second hit in a row for Nava.
Giavotella 0 for 3. Couple of fly balls to right field and a punch out. Skies this one to shallow right. Albert not going anywhere.
First baseman, number 19, Jeffrey Marte.
So 2 outs, 2 on, and Jeffrey Marte up. Marte 0 for 3. top of the 8th inning. A two-step with the bag on a bouncer up the middle. And the errant pickoff throw by Ramirez. Takes a strike. Jose Alvarez will pitch the 9th. Altuve, Correa, and Rasmus coming up for the Stros. Missed down and away. Seattle leading Pittsburgh 5-2 that game. In the 8th inning up at Safeco Field. Oakland trailing the Giants 8-5 at AT&T Park. That game's the bottom of the 7th. One off the plate. Baltimore leading San Diego. That game's in the 8th, 11-4.
Baltimore could score some runs. They could hit some home runs themselves. $120 home runs hit by Baltimore coming into the game tonight. Tops in the American League in that category.
2-1 chopper left side. Valbuena has it. Angels leave a couple of men on base. We head to the 9th inning. Houston on top 7-1. In America, the Angels take on the Red Sox at 4 p.m. Pacific on Fox. Then the Yankees take on the Padres at 6:30 p.m. Pacific in a game you can only see on FS1 or watch it live on Fox Sports Go. Top of the 9th, Houston's on top 7-1, and Jose Alvarez on the mound for the Angels, taking over for J.C. Ramirez. Ramirez giving up 2 runs in his 2 innings of work, 3 hits, 3 strikeouts. Jose pitching in his 38th game, 1-2 mark, and a 4.29 earned run average. Pitched last night, went 1/3 of an inning, and allowed a hit. He gets Altuve, Correa, and Rasmus here in the 9th inning for Houston. Altuve 2 for 3 with a couple of singles. Back-to-back stolen bases in the 7th inning and scored a run. He scored actually twice in this game, the 1st and in the 7th innings. Got a 10-game hitting streak now. He's reached safely in a career best 31 straight games. Hits in 29 of those 31. Lifts this one out the left.
I think that's the pitch right there. You have to get Altuve a slow changeup or breaking ball. Get him out in front enough. Fastball he can get.
Down though.
Yes. Yeah, and upstairs, yeah, he's going to cover that. Good off-speed pitch. He's got that foot down, but his hips are opened up. He tried to keep the bat back long enough to make good contact, but underneath that one. Think if Weaver tomorrow with that slow curveball and change should be effective against him if he keeps it down in the strike zone.
Weaver and Dallas Keuchel tomorrow. 12:35 start as Correa bounces it foul. Correa 2 for 3 with a home run, a double, and an RBI ground out. 4 runs batted in tonight. 47 RBIs on the season. This is towards center. It's a base hit. 3rd hit of the game for Correa. That hot June continues for him.
Pitch right on the inside corner up at him, but still did a nice job once again bringing his hands inside that baseball. Fight that into the outfield for a base hit.
Brings up Rasmus. Foul out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike. Seven-1 game of the ninth. A little surprise Marte playing in front of Correa at first base. The left-handed batter.
Especially the way they run.
This one yanked foul. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Catch over the shoulder.
Marwin Gonzalez spins around to hit from the right side now. Has a 1 ball, no strikeout. Gonzalez tonight 2 for 3. Couple of extra base hits, 2 runs scored.
Good change up there from Alvarez.
Halos will have an off day on Thursday. They'll travel after the game tomorrow to Boston and have the off day in Boston. Last road trip of the season. 3 at Fenway, 4 in St. Pete against the Rays, and then 3 against the Orioles. And the ceremonial first half. 1-2 now. And then the All-Star break. One-two now. Cute foul up the first base line. Altuve getting the foul ball to an Altuve fan. Man of the people.
Yeah, he is.
What a turnaround for this team. 1-2. Chopper. Alvarez has it. Goes to second. They get the force out there. 2 down. Gonzalez reaching on the fielder's choice, and that'll bring up Carlos Gomez now. I say that about the Astros as far as the turnaround is concerned. They started the season 7-17 in the month of April. They went 17-12 in the month of May, and on the verge of going to 17-8 in the month of June.
Still, when you look at those on the offensive side, 244 batting average is the team, which is down towards the bottom in the American League, but their pitching and their defense has really turned it around for them. And now Correa has gotten hot along with Altuve. As usual, swinging the bat well.
That batting average, though, as a team has gone up. It's 235, 236, and it's jumped up this month to 264 prior to tonight. They've got 12 hits again tonight. So it's all coming together. It has come together anyway for them.
And they steal bases, so they put a lot of pressure on the defense of their opponents.
5th in the league in on-base percentage. Gomez pulls it foul. No balls, 2 strikes.
And when you think about how well they have played the Astros of late, yet they're still 10 games back of the Texas Rangers.
That tells you how good the Rangers have played. I got to look it up. There was the stat I told you about a week ago or 2 weeks ago that they played a game in Arlington against the White Sox. And the Rangers were down 7-8 runs, I think it was.
Yeah, they were down, I think, 7-1, and what was it, in the 9th inning?
And then they came back, and from that point forward, they've gone on an incredible run. Watch out. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
And they've dealt with some serious injuries to their pitching staff also. Colby Lewis out now for a while.
Darvish still out.
Derek Holland out.
Yep.
They switched up their closer and Tollison and Dyson.
Foul back. Makes it easier to deal with losses when you have depth.
It allows you to go down to the minors and bring someone up and not miss a beat at times, but also allows you to have that leverage to make a deal at the trade deadline also to add on like they did last year with Cole Hamels. A deal at that point when they made it, everyone's wondering why they made that deal. They were thinking in terms of, oh, they getting ready for 2016. Well, they went on an unbelievable run last year too.
They got Diekman too, that deal. Added their bullpen. Full count. Gonzalez will take off on the next pitch with 2 outs. Rangers last night became the first team to 50 wins. Tonight they picked up the 51st. 3-2. Gomez strikes out swinging, and we will head to the bottom of the 9th inning with the Angels down 7-1. Tate, Perez, and Simmons for the Angels here in the bottom of the 9th inning. New pitcher on Chris Devenski, pitching in his 19th game, 0-2 record, and a 2.26 ERA. He takes over from Pat Neshek, who went 1 inning and allowed 2 hits.
45 strikeouts at 51 and 2/3 innings pitched. They have some depth down there with some pretty good arms out of their bullpen this season. It's one thing they tried to address last year into the wintertime and then certainly into this season, and so far it's been pretty good for the Astros.
Gregorio Petito for 3. This one down the right field line, slicing into the seats. It's no balls, 2 strikes. Devenski out of Gar High School in Cerritos, at the Golden West Junior College. Cal State Fullerton. This one back up the middle. Correa to his left. And the throw pulls Gonzalez off the base, but Petit called out for going out of the baseline. Base path, I should say. 1 down.
Gonzalez, another one of those players that plays first base for a middle infielder by trade. Good range, athletic at first base for the Astros. Again, another one of those guys they could fill around in an infield position and feel comfortable defensively.
Carlos Perez 1 for 3, had a bunt base hit his first at bat. Two balls, 1 strike. Foul back above us. Carlos grounds one toward the hole. Correa can't come up with it. So two-hit game for Perez. And it'll bring up Andrew Simmons. Simmons fouls one back. No balls to the strike. Angels shortstop 1 for 3. He doubled in the 7th. 7th double of the year. Breaking ball. It just misses. 1 ball, 1 strike. Toward the middle. Correa feeds it 2 out, 2 for 1. The relay back and the 2 to the Astros by the final of 7-1.
Boy, this Astro club can swing the bat, play some outstanding defense, finish it off with a double play as they win game 2 here. 7-1. Lincecum picks up the loss, and Scott Feldman the W now. 5-3 on the season for the Astros.
Well, the Angels will wrap up this 3-game set tomorrow afternoon. 12:35 start. Dallas Keuchel against Jared Weaver. 7-1 the final tonight. Houston wins it. Stick around. Angels Live postgame coming up next.